Alright, so I actually already filmed this one, and everything fell out of frame. So that's drunken. We're gonna film it again. This one is for thoughtful, for my friend Esmeralda, and I'm gonna go through a list of stuff that she sent me. We're gonna talk about fall fashion first. I'm really excited about a lot of the things that I've seen for fall fashion. Today I actually was at Forever 21 and got to see a lot of what is coming in for them for fall, and I'm really excited about a lot of it. There was a lot of velvet involved. I really love velvet, so I'm pretty excited about that. Um, uh, One of the things that I talked about in the first time I filmed this was the fact that a lot of it is very 90s, and stuff that I wanted to wear when I was a tween teenager in the 90s. Whoops! See, this is what happens when I try to film. Um, and in like when I was a teenager in the 90s, they did not have plus size fashion for teenagers very often. You were it was really hard. Like juniors did not go above a 15. So it's kind of really awesome and exciting that the trendy stuff is available in plus sizes, that it is somewhat affordable at places like Forever 21. Now, I wish that other places toward would jump on the bandwagon of affordable plus size fashion, but they don't give a shit, so I don't give a shit about them. Okay, so music that I am listening to currently. I've been listening to a lot of V&V Nation lately because I went to one of their concerts recently, which was an amazing experience. I mean, when you go to a V&V Nation concert, it's like you just bask in the energy and the amazingness of the music. Like it doesn't matter where you are in that concert. Like you could be front row, you could be back row. It's just like an overall experience, and it's amazing. Like I have never been to one of their concerts and not fully enjoyed myself. And this one was particularly great because it was two of my favorite albums that they were covering. They were covering Empires, which probably is the first V&V Nation album that I ever listened to, and Automatic, which is another one of my favorites. One of their more recent. It was very interesting to see the dichotomy, in sort of emotion and energy between the music from the two, and just how like early V&V Nation is much more like raw and kind of angry, and their more current stuff is really amazingly hopeful about the future and life, and like it's very interesting to see the way they've grown. And like now I just really want to listen through like everything chronologically and like kind of see that growth. Other thing that I've been listening to a lot has been the Atomic Blonde soundtrack, slash a compilation of stuff that people put together on Spotify that isn't necessarily on the official soundtrack, but either was featured in the movie or like plays heavily into the other music in the movie. And that's just really interesting because it's a lot of like late 80s sort of semi-political music that has a lot of meaning behind it. And I've been enjoying that. Alcohol experiences you've had. Okay, so I will say the same thing I said before. Not that you guys saw the before video, but the last time I filmed this and it was all out of frame. I mean, I get drunk, but I don't have any crazy, like, drunken stories other than the time that my friend George and I got drunk, and Devin insisted that we call the vodka vodka the entire time. And so George and I spent a lot of time talking in very cheesy Russian accents that night. Beyond that, my drinking experiences haven't been that crazy. Running into a Tumblr mutual in the wild. That hasn't happened very often. Dev and I have met a couple of people from Tumblr, though it was like prearranged, so it's not that weird. I do remember once I was at Michael's in Vegas, like in town in Vegas. And then later that day, I got a message from one of my followers on Tumblr, one of my mutuals, say, "Hey, I think I saw you in the Michaels." And I was like, "Oh, well, you should have said hi." And I think we always meant to like get together, but just life. I have a weird schedule, so sometimes it's really hard. Crafty projects I'm working on. I have a blanket right now that I really need to finish. It's for a girl that I work with who was pregnant. She's had the child now. I was this close to having it finished. This close. I did the binding and I fucked it up. And I had to take it all off and I just literally haven't finished it. And then she went out on pregnancy leave and I just haven't gotten a chance to finish it / see her yet. So the dregs of a cold. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Next topic was Devin's puns. Oh my god. If you don't know my husband, he makes so many puns. And I suffer on a daily basis from these puns. So if anyone feels bad for me, please, feel free to not send me puns. And, understand my plight of dealing with so many puns. Yeah. Once upon a time, I ran across this on like a kink list somewhere, that there are people out there who actually enjoy something called corporal punishment. I don't know how serious it was, but people who get off on having puns, no, and that's not me. No puns. No. Yeah. I make the hard sacrifice in being married to someone who enjoys so many puns. Let's see. Book series that made me yell. Oh. I mean, I yell at a lot of books. I probably yelled at the latest favorite book. I probably yelled at whatever the latest, or whatever the last, I can't think of the damn name of it. Whatever the last Jim Butcher book was that I read. Yeah, I yell a lot at books. I can't think of one that's made me very, like, angry, like, really mad at it. It's usually more of, like, yelling at it in shock or surprise. But, yeah. I'm reading The Sister right now, which is the latest in the Boss, Abigail Barnett, kink BDSM series. Just came out the other week. And it hasn't made me yell at it yet, but it's really good. So everyone should read it anyways, and I'm just going to plug it right now because you should go get the Boss series and read some good BDSM erotica, not the other shit that's out there. Yeah, we'll just plug that. Yeah, that's it. Bye.